Good evening. Thank you for joining my Wicked Wisdom Wednesday podcast. I'm your host, Jim McCollum. I'm the Gold Star father of United States Marine Lance Corporal Riley J. McCollum, killed in action, Kabul, Afghanistan, at Abbey Gate on 8/26/2021. I raised my kids as a single dad in western Wyoming. I'm the proud father of 2 daughters, Royce and Cheyenne, and a grandfather to 3 beautiful grandkids. I'm a cowboy carpenter poet, published author, public speaker, and Wyoming native. I enjoy Wyoming's landscapes and outdoor opportunities. From chasing elk in the fall to playing with bears in the spring or casting a fly on a river or stream, I love the Wyoming outdoors. Getting from point A to point B in Wyoming allows me ample time to follow the white line down the highway. It's here that I find the white line wisdom and highway philosophy that create Wicked Wisdom Wednesdays. I hope you enjoy this evening's podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Jim. Good evening. Thanks for tuning in, watching monitors. Clock's wrong on one. It cracked me up. What is it, June 10th? Fun episode, I think, tonight. A little reflection, a little catch up. On what's been going on, life with the puppy. Title of this one is Life is Good. Things are going well, so knock on wood, keeps rolling this way. I'll kind of get into that a little bit later. Good week last week. Looking forward to another good weekend. Looking forward to another good one. I'll be taking off tomorrow. Head back down to the cabin and see what more damage we can cause. It's really good to see progress and see things moving forward, getting material used up. That it was such a blessing to get the flooring used up and out of the way. I did take a picture. I haven't posted it yet. Not sure I want to, but when I tripped over the 2 stacks of lumber in November, I had made a comment, I think on the podcast even, that I'm going to lose that toenail. Well, I haven't lost it yet, but the growth right now it's kind of funny. It's going to come off, but it's taking a little bit longer than I thought it would, but I might post it at some point. I've got the thumb picture that I've shared where I slammed my own thumb in the door, the truck door, chasing antelope. And my big toe looks just like my thumb did, so I got to do better. But to have that flooring out of the way and off, out of the floor, used up and no longer there to trip over, that was big. That was a nice feeling. And then to get the stairs done from the landing to the loft floor was fantastic. I will get by the time I leave Sunday, I'll have the stairs, the lower level stairs to the landing. They'll be installed and done. If I get far enough, I'll also get the post down on the landing, so I can start doing railing up and down the stairs. So yeah, it should be a good week. I've got a list a mile long of things I need to get taken care of this weekend. Going to tent the whole north side of the cabin, the living room, great room, whatever you want to call it. I'll tent it off, get it all sanded, swept, blown out, mopped, and actually get 2 coats of floor finish done on that side and the stairs installed. So, and a bunch of stuff moved outside, planning for a trip when Royce can come up, and I got a vehicle I got to get back down there, a couple trailers I got to get down, some things I need to take from there back, just a whirlwind of stuff while she's got a free day or two to get some stuff done. So I'll be pretty busy this weekend, inside and out. The big focus for me on the cabin this week is that north side, getting the stairs done, of course, getting the landing and everything all sanded. I'll get it stained, and then taking care of the floors and getting a couple finishes on the flooring. So it should look pretty good by the time I leave Sunday, or depending on where I get, may end up leaving Monday morning. But that is the goal and the game plan, and we'll go from there. Um, Tentatively going to hit one, if not both bears tomorrow on the way down, but supposed to get some rain today. I can definitely get into my north one, but if it's wet and sloppy, I'm not even going to try to get into Royce's. Another reason why I got to get the Dirty Max hauled down there so I can bounce that one around and not the Jeep. But yeah, and then material that I've got outside after dealing with the stairs and seeing how much rot there was on them from sitting so long. I've got so much other material out there that I've got to take a little bit better care of, consolidate it, organize it, get some stuff moved, and just clean up. It's long overdue to get some stuff picked up and cleaned up. So yeah, inside and out, I'll be busy, be fighting the dogs, keeping them out of the room that I'm working on. But I think once I tent it off, we'll be all right. Get a bunch of stuff out of the cabin. I've been slowly working on consolidating things and things that I don't need there any longer. I've been bringing home. There were so many random boxes and bags and stuff that I could consolidate. So I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. But we'll do some more and get some stuff hauled here. It seems like every time I haul some stuff back here, though, the next time I'm down, it's like, shit, I really needed that. So I've got a tool trailer down there. It's pretty full, but I'll put a bunch of this stuff in that tool trailer so that it's at least there until I know I no longer need it. But that'll be good. I got my calendar all clear through, I think, September now, kind of marked out again on what my game plan is, what the goals are, hold myself accountable a little bit, and also just to look forward to, which is another kind of fun topic with all this going on. I finally got the deed to the property. I believe it was July 25th last year, July 25th of 2025. And I started going down there and doing a little bit of work. It took me forever to even figure out and remember where the hell we're at, find tools, what's in Rock Springs, what do I have there, where do I even get started. Flooring obviously was a big one, but there was so much to do to get to that point and take care of it. And I was able to do the mindless stuff. Where I started the flooring, I had to scribe around the rocks and, make sure that fits nice. So I was still able to use my skill set a little bit, but it was only surface level that I could think. I couldn't think. Like the stairs, there's no way in hell I could have done them last year. I mentioned in my Coffee with the Kid Monday, for whatever reason and whatever I was going through, the depression piece, the PTSD, the anxiety in my head was so damn loud. Everything was just in the front of my head, and I couldn't get past that. Nothing could come in, nothing would come out. If you've ever experienced it, you'll understand what I'm saying. But it's a helpless feeling. It really is. I mentioned the tonneau cover. I think it was last June, maybe early July. Ordered a tonneau cover for the Jeep. Simple. I mean, it is so easy to do. But I read the instructions and trying to get what I read to coordinate with my thought process and everything else. It was so frustrating. I couldn't do it. And they were good directions. It's not like an IKEA puzzle or anything like that. I just didn't have the mental clarity and focus to do that. Fast forward to a year later, it's like, holy shit, there are little pieces of me coming back. I'm feeling like me again. I'm planning ahead, looking forward. This is like when I was the timber foreman. When we're planning a day in advance, a week in advance. You got 3 different jobs going. You got to have everything laid out, lined out, ready to go. Know where guys are going to be. Okay, we've got till Thursday to get this done, and then we got to jump on this Monday morning. This has got to be done and shipped over. Those are the things I loved about my job at the time and felt productive, and things just clicked. It progressively got worse. The first 6 months after Riley died, I was just a basket case and couldn't have done anything anyway. But I did fairly well, even up to the point where Dad died. I was doing well. It was the shit involved with the 2 evil entities, and the long drawn out court process and nothing getting done, not being able to work on the cabin, and then the depression piece just really sunk in and just wouldn't let go. I see that now. I didn't realize it at the time, and it wasn't like, boom, you're depressed and away you go. No, there's different levels to that shit, and it gets deep and dark, and you don't even realize you're in it. I'm seeing it now as I reflect back. It's like, holy hell. I was not me at all. Surface level, going through the motions, and that was about all you got out of me. There was no depth to who I was. So it feels good for me, and I'm happy to say that I'm seeing the bits and pieces of me that I like, and the being driven and focused and excited to move forward. I was there the other day, and I was sitting on a chair writing down a list of things I needed to do, and just looking up at the walls and looking at the projects that Royce has worked on. And then I got back Sunday, and I was scrolling through some pictures, just wanted to kind of see year to year kind of where we were and where we left off. And it was more on the flooring, where I left off when I had to stop working, and then where I picked up again, and just seeing the progress. It is amazing to me that Royce and I built that cabin. It is absolutely amazing. Her and I, I've told this story before. We would work our real job Monday through Thursday, worked 4 10-hour days. As soon as we were done on Thursday, we'd go home, load up the dogs, grab some clothes, swing into Smith's before we left town, grab some groceries, whatever, and off we went. And we worked Thursday, Friday, and most of Sunday, and then come back home and did it again. And we started rebuilding in May of 2019, and we did that all the way up until Riley died. There were times in the winter where we did take a hiatus because we just couldn't get in. But even in the winter, a lot of months we'd plow our way in and go down there and get done what we could. Like, especially once the cabin was closed in, windows and roof and things like that. But it's amazing. And kudos to her, and I hope she pats herself on the back, and I sure as hell patted her on the back as I'm sitting there looking. It's like, we did a damn good job, and it is amazing that just the 2 of us have done what we've done. So I do have to give myself a little bit of slack. I'm so anxious to get it done, so pissed off that it should be done. I should be on the deck every time I go down there just enjoying it and taking time to go do fun shit. But that wasn't in the cards, and that's not how life shook out. I'm a hell of a lot older now, and it is definitely, I feel it. But it's just like eating the elephant. You take little bites and away you go. But yeah, kudos to Royce. Job well done. Still a little pissed at you for bailing on me and leaving me alone, but it's going well. And Cheyenne, you need to start getting your butt down there. Could use all the help I can get. But life changes course, and kids come into the picture, and grandkids come into the picture, and the world evolves. But yeah, it's pretty cool to look at it and go, damn, I can't believe we did this, and we really did it in a short amount of time. we were on track to be done really quick, and then life upended. But um, no, it's pretty cool, and I can attribute a lot of the mental focus and clarity. Michaela, hello. Um, a lot of the mental focus and stuff that I do recognize. There are several reasons for that. Um, the Finally getting some blood work done and taking care of myself that way instead of just blowing it off. It's like no news is good news. I don't want to know. Um, I don't know that the blood pressure thing has changed any of that. I'm sure there's something there. I'll have to investigate that a little bit. If you know that could affect the brain fog and the definitely the just so tired, so drained all the time. I'm sure that has something to do with it. So we got that under control. I'm really interested. I think I've got another couple months to go get blood work done again, and then see where the TRT levels are. But I think that has made a huge difference. I feel better. I just feel better. I'm still, let's see, I did lose about 10 pounds, like 9 pounds. Got about double, triple that to go, but um, definitely feel better, have more energy. I am sleeping through the night, which is great. I'm up at 6:13. The alarm goes off, boom, up, whether it's here or at the cabin. Um, got screens bouncing all over. So that's good. And yeah, get up, have coffee, write shit, make more lists of things I need to get done, take care of stuff here. Um, the puppy's definitely helping in the last week, make sure I stay on a schedule because gotta teach him to go potty outside. So which he's doing fantastic. He was doing great until yesterday. Don't know what the hell got into the little turd, but he decided that my cow rug looked like a great place for him to pee all of a sudden, even after he'd been outside. After about, I don't know if a little bladder just couldn't keep up or what, but he peed on that rug about 6 times. So I had to take it outside, pressure, wash it off, let the Rock Springs wind dry it out. Happy to say today he hasn't hit it again, but no, he's a cute little turd and he's smart. He's figuring things out, but whatever. I think I got to quit leaving the water bowl just where he has easy access to it because he gets a little bit and I don't think about it for 20, 30 minutes and there it goes. So I just answered my own question. I'll start putting the water bowl up and make sure I water them when it's time to water them, not just free reign. Zeus is good. He's old enough and he just does his thing. So I've always just got the water bowl out for him. But we're going to rectify that for a little bit. He's doing good in his kennel. Just got him a new little kennel that I can put in the Jeep. I actually have it in the Jeep right now. And he's got a kennel in the house. So doesn't like getting in it yet. Zeus, you just point, say kennel up, and boy, he gets right in. Puppy, he'll explore it with the door open, but he doesn't want to be put in there yet. But once he's in, he's good. So yeah, he's been fun. And then back to the things that have helped. I've been talking about therapy and stuff. I actually haven't had individual counseling in right at about a month, I think. I should have an appointment coming up here pretty soon. But the group thing that I do on Monday is kind of a class and a workshop, more or less. And it's a great opportunity. You got to feel your way through it. But once you realize, this is a safe place to I can say whatever the hell I want. And, you're not judged and everybody's going through their own shit and whatever. But the workbook we're working on, the Mindful Self-Compassion Workbook, it has been fantastic. There's some breathing meditation type stuff in there that I've mentioned that too. I've learned a lot of this stuff in the past, especially when I was helping Riley deal with some of his shit. So the tools have been there. I'm learning more tools through this and ways to get out of your own head. Man, I can preach it all day long. I can tell you exactly how to do it, but I was not able to implement it for myself. So going through this and doing this has, I've been able to reharness some of those skills and that mindfulness and stuff like that, which I think has been a huge help in getting out of whatever funk I was in. Um, a little mini mental breakdown I had in January. It was an eye opener, and that was the catalyst for, you got to do something different, dude. This isn't working. I white knuckled it. Didn't even think I was white knuckling. I was able to navigate things, I thought, and I was able to get through life. But shit, I wasn't living. I was barely functioning. The anxiety piece was so bad. Blinds are drawn, doors shut. Wouldn't go to the store. Thank God Royce got me on a Walmart shopping app. I didn't have to go out. Probably should have forced myself, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't go to the post office. Things that I needed to do at that time for the better part of a year, I couldn't freaking do it. Didn't want to be around people, didn't want to see people. And this was way before January. This was forever. And then I had my group of friends where I would surround myself with decent people, fun conversations. And I value those friendships that I made. And I think that was good for me. One, it got me out of my own head for a little bit. I could talk and have fun and laugh and whatever. And I haven't done that since January. I do miss that crowd of people and those conversations and just hanging out. But I've got so much else going on, and I'm on a roll getting shit done. I'll eventually maybe get back to not as frequently as I would hang out there with those guys, but at least have the conversations. Because right now I do my Monday thing, the workshop, and I talk to those people. I talk to Taylor when I see him, and we have different events, and he'll reach out every now and then, do a friend check-in or whatever, and we banter back and forth a little bit on text messages. But I really don't, and I'm not isolating myself. I just really don't. I don't go anywhere. So kind of a homebody, but it's not all bad because things are going well and I'm doing well. So I don't want to disrupt that at this point. I've still got shit I got to work on, and the anxiety piece is still there, but I'm much better at that. Caught myself the other day, needed to do something, and it was so easy to get in my own head, just briefly, but get in my own head. It's like, I can put that off until tomorrow. I can wait on that. So the procrastinating piece, and it's like, nah, just get up and do it. Today, for example, I needed to go to Home Depot before I leave tomorrow. I needed to go get fuel. I made 3 or 4 different stops this afternoon that I really needed to do. 6 months ago, I wouldn't have done them. Would have put it off. And then I would have kicked myself in the ass the next day and cussed myself, which this self-compassion piece is coming in pretty handy. So I'm seeing little improvements there, but I've still got a ways to go on a lot of that. And I can't say that this is all new, the self-isolation piece. Hell, it's always been me, and it was me and the 3 kids forever. That's all I needed. Riley is obviously not in the picture. And the girls are doing their own thing. So I've kind of been forced into, either I go out and socialize, or I just do my own thing, which is fine because we've always done our own thing. I don't know if that makes any sense. Um, I'm comfortable by myself. I'm okay being alone. That has never been an issue. So I guess that's the biggest key um, key piece in that dynamic is I'm comfortable by myself. I enjoy time by myself. I go to the cabin, I'm by myself, and I'm having fun. I get shit done. I'm not sitting there dwelling on, oh, I wish I had, friends, or I've got friends, and I've got fantastic friends. Be it that circle is small, but the friends that I have are high value friends. Um, and I know if I reached out to them, they're there for me. But I don't mind the isolation and the going to work and working by myself. I am just fine with that. Could have used Royce's help lifting them heavy bastards, but I got it done, figured it out, and I'm pretty proud of myself for that too. I'm stubborn as hell, so I'll figure it out. We'll just build different stages and lift those logs up and whatever. Hell, half the work I've done my whole construction career has been individual projects and stuff like that. So um, that part doesn't bother me at all. Every now and then I do miss the socialization and those just carefree conversations. But like I said, things are going well now. I'm being productive. Um, it's not that I don't want them. I'm just in a good spot where I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. And that stuff will all come into play as it's supposed to instead of forcing that. Um, where for a good year and a half, that was the only outlet I had to get out of my own misery. Um, so, moral of that story is I'm not miserable anymore. Things are going well. Life is good. Hence the title of this podcast. Anyway, rambled a bunch about that. I hope that makes sense to somebody. And I know other people go through similar shit. And I am here. Do you ever need anybody? I'm not going to say I will answer, but just know I'm here. You can vent. I'll read it. Chances of me responding are slim to none still, but I'm getting better at that too. But now you're not alone in the thought process and how this crazy shit works in the head, and especially with significant loss. Um, there's no preparation for that. There's no instruction manual. There's no cheat sheet, anything on how you navigate that and deal with it. Um, I'm dealing with it well now, better I think than I was, and I thought I was dealing with Dad and Riley's death fairly well. And I go back and forth on that. I do think I was handling that part of the grief process well. Um, it was when the other shit started and it just got too much and it just never quit. It wasn't like the siblings were just being asses once and okay, now we move on. No, it was every freaking week there was something new and another lie or another deceit and manipulation and just flat out they're full of shit. They're lying. They're hiding assets. Anyway, that's a whole different deal. But I think it got to be so overwhelming and so much, and no progress going forward, no mediation like I was promised, no court date. 2.5 years later, we finally go to court, not exactly prepared, which I had bitched about for the 2 previous months, knowing court was coming up. It's like, I don't feel like we're prepared. I feel like we're going in there blind. Oh no, we're good. We've got this covered. For a 1-day hearing, we didn't have shit covered. So all of that, and then the cost. Holy hell, the amount of money spent over the course of 2.5 years for this shit is disgusting. But that I think is where whatever was working just slowly, those gears just stopped spinning. And finally froze up and the wheels fell off. But again, that was then, this is now. And I catch myself smiling, which has been foreign for a long time. Um, so that's new and kind of cool, and um, not singing in the shower or anything like that yet. I'm not that happy, but no, I catch myself smiling and happy for different things and looking forward to things. Like I said, things at the cabin that are going forward. There's still so much work to do, and I feel like I am so far behind and under the gun, and I've got to get this done before I die, for crying out loud. Um, but I'm seeing progress, and I've got it mapped out, different phases, and um, things are clicking. Where a year ago that wasn't possible for me to even have that thought process and expect to see any progress. So, oh, good grief. I'm missing all kinds of comments. I didn't scroll down far enough. Carol, I agree and I understand all of that. Yeah, I didn't scroll far enough. I wasn't seeing any messages pop through. Um, but yeah, so that part of Jim's life is going really well. Um, I'm excited I keep looking at the calendar. It's like, all right, because I was going to go every other week. When Royce was here, I was going to stay here and just go, 2 times for a longer period, but 2 trips a month. And now I'm going every week. Even when Royce is here, she's got to leave Thursdays or Fridays. So when she leaves, I'll leave. And, if I've got 3 days, 4 days, I'll just go get done what I can. So that adds a little bit more to the work schedule, allows me time to get some more things done, take advantage of the summer months. I think by the end of July, I'll have the material down there to do the deck. So I'm going to get a whole bunch of stuff done inside that just really needs done, bathrooms and things of that nature, so that I can get the plumbing currently offline. Quit it. Got to get bathrooms figured out, at least get them to a point where by the end of August into September, I'm at a point where kitchen's done also. I can say, I need a plumber, come hook me up, come fire this stuff up. So I'll get that done. I got to get the deck done out front. There's some things I need to take care of on the deck, get the railing done there, get up on the roof. I got to finish one dormer, and then I've got to get the metal across the shed roof. There's a couple pieces missing around the dormers I got to get done, a piece missing around the very outside of the fireplace that I need to get done, and get the metal off the ground. Thank goodness it doesn't rot, but knock on wood, I haven't run it over yet, which is a miracle. I've got a trailer and some things blocking it just so I don't, especially in winter, didn't want to plow into it by mistake. So I've got metal there. And another huge thing I've got to get done when Royce is here, probably mid to end of July, is I've got to get the ridge cap, the metal on the ridge, and make sure all screws are still, the wind just has been wreaking havoc down there. Make sure all the screws are in the metal, get the ridge cap on, get the hurricane flashing on. I don't have the fascia on yet either, but I think I'll accommodate for the 1.5 that I'm going to have there, and at least get the eave flashing on, protect the roof as much as I can. The way things are looking, I probably won't have the fascia done and the exterior of the house or garage trimmed until next year. there's just way too much to do that is a little bit more important to get taken care of right now. Oh, and then I've got the spark arrestor that I've got to get up on the chimney. Probably need Royce for that too. It's in 3 different pieces, but it's heavy. I'll stage it up, the scaffolding, and walk it up if she's not here, but it'd be much nicer if there was a hand to tote that shit up there. But other than that, yeah, cabin's looking good. Feeling good about the progress. Then I look around at some of the materials like, holy shit, we still have a long way to go. Little bits at a time I get finished though. And then a lot of this stuff inside the house. After the bathrooms are done, kitchen is done, and floors are finished, a lot of this stuff can be done in the middle of winter. It can be 30 below outside. I do have to spend at least one good weekend getting a ton of firewood though. So I'm prepared for winter this year. I was not prepared this last winter. But yeah, get as much done as I can, all the way through probably October into November, see what the snow decides to do this year. And then, yeah, a lot of the stuff can be done. I can set the chop saw up on the deck and planer out on the deck and get interior windows trimmed. No, it'll be interesting. I'll keep posting pictures too to kind of show the progress. It's kind of fun to share that stuff. And I've shared 2 videos, post fire, part 1, part 2. I've probably got 4 more parts of four more parts of pictures that I'm gonna share, just kind of bring us up to where we are right now. But yeah, that's just said I had shitty internet connection. Life is kind of evolving around the cabin at this point, and I feel good about that. So Spring Bear closes next Monday, so I knew I wasn't going to hunt anything this spring, but I still need to get in. Got to get into Royce's one time just to see if anything's been there. Then I can start again in August. So, but that's been fun too. The few times I've been in there, and hell, had a grizz and got some video and pictures of that guy. So wasn't all a loss, but I knew I was going to be busy. Quit freezing up. So my feelings aren't hurt that I didn't get a hunt bear this spring. I played with them a little bit, but didn't have time to do it wholeheartedly. What else? Yeah, Royce will be coming up, not next week, but the following week. Switched it up. Makes more sense for her, and then for her clients and stuff. I can't remember exactly why she did the shuffle. And then hell, she's going to South Dakota end of July. No, end of June. He's going to South Dakota end of June. I'm going on a fantastic ride for the 4th of July, leaving Evanston and taking side-by-sides all the way to Cheyenne for the 4th. Really looking forward to that. I think that'll be one. That's a once-in-a-lifetime deal. First trek across the state with the new trail system. I'll try to share a bunch of stuff with that. But speaking of, I won't be doing a live podcast on that Wednesday. What is it, the 29th or 30th? I can't remember. I'll be gone that Wednesday, getting ready to leave the next morning. So I'll either do a pre-recorded one or I will do one. I don't know. I'll look at the calendar and figure out what I'm going to do. Because I might be here. I can't remember. No, I won't be here. I'll be in Evanston. So anyway, I'll get that figured out. What else? But that should be fantastic. Great group of people going. Um, hang out with Taylor and Stacy for 3 or 4 days and 4 or 5 days, I guess, and eat some dust across Wyoming. That would be pretty cool. Um, what else? I got some things on my list here I was going to talk about. I hope I covered them. Pull it down so I can see it. Yeah. I did good. I didn't have to look at my notes once. Yeah, the mental clarity, the brain fog disappearing has been fantastic. And I wish I knew exactly what the answer was. I'm sure the therapy piece and that, the mindfulness and self-compassion pieces played a part. The medication, I'm sure, has played a part. And then just doing things and a more positive outlook that I wasn't able to find before. And then feeling like I'm back a little bit. The pieces of me that I like. It's just a culmination of everything finally clicking again to where I'm enjoying things. Even going to the cabin last July, August, September, October, November, there were times it felt so daunting. It's like, it's so far, and what am I going to do? And just didn't feel like I was getting anything done because my head wasn't in it. I was getting things done, but just wasn't getting enough done. And then it was frustrating, and seeing all the things that were broken, rotted from the whole court fiasco just put me in a really shitty way. So letting some of that go, and it is what it is. I can't change it. Just a different outlook and different mindset on how I approach it has been a big change. And then getting more sunshine. Oh, vitamin D. I think vitamin D has been a huge factor as well. Getting more sun and stuff is always great, but actually been loading up on vitamin D to help with the fatigue and the brain fog and everything else. So I can't pinpoint one thing that it was. I think, like I said, a culmination of all the things has really made a difference. And shitty things still happen. There's still shitty things that go on through the day, or I look forward, month or two, and there's still shitty things that may or it doesn't seem so catastrophic. I'm in a good place. I've got good shit going. Hell, I've got a house paid for, a property that's paid for, all my vehicles, everything. I have no loans, so I don't have a whole lot to bitch about. I got a lot that I can bitch about, and sometimes I do bitch about, but most of those things are Riley related and grief related. I don't think I'll ever get over that. I'm sure I'll never get over that. Down there sitting on the deck, thinking of Riley shooting his bow and sitting around this one of the only things that survived the damn forest fire is a little green Coleman. I'll get a picture of it when I'm down there this weekend. A little Coleman, like wood burning deal you would put on your patio. We would just sit out there and throw some wood in it and fire it up, as night was falling, and sit around it and BS. That's one of the only things that survived the damn fire. So, and we've still got it. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, just remembering sitting around there and his laugh and his jokes and catch him just staring at the fire and wonder what he's thinking and all that kind of stuff. So, but even those pieces and those memories and stuff are they're more positive in nature and not so painful. Um, that's a lie. The pain comes, but the original thoughts are more upbeat and happy and good memories. But inevitably, that comes full circle, and then the missing and the pain of that loss and shaking my head, and I still just can't believe that my kid was one of the 13. Um, and then inevitably, I end up thinking of the families and what they're going through, what they're feeling, hope they're doing well. Um, it's crazy, crazy freaking world. Um, I don't know, but all I can say is life is good. Things are going better. Things are definitely better than they were, and I'm actually enjoying the things that I'm doing and getting done and taken care of. And I like sharing the pictures with you guys. And hopefully, you don't get annoyed that I share so much, but they're my pictures, my page. I'll post whatever the hell I want. But Joey, yes, we are still on for Monday, and it'll be after 7 if that works for you. And yes, sir, I am doing well. I got to get Joey the cornhole boards. Um, what else? But yeah, that's about it. The puppy, Zeus is doing well. They're getting along so well, and it's so fun to see Zeus acting like a puppy again. He's still old and grumpy. He's kind of like me, but he was tolerating the puppy and behaving really well. And then it was at the cabin. He just started pouncing, and he got the zoomies a little bit and was so excited trying to get the puppy to play. And then I took video yesterday. I've got 2 different 1 minute videos of them. Hell, Zeus is not allowed on the couch, and Royce can attest to this because she'll let him sneak up there, and I come in. And it's like, no, get the hell off the couch. But he kind of snuck up there, and he wasn't sure if he was supposed to. He knew he wasn't supposed to, but he jumped up there anyway. And they started playing. It's like, oh hell, I can't kick him off for this. But 10, 15 minutes, they just played, and puppy'd attack him, and he's just up there on the couch, pawing back, and gets his whole head in his mouth. He's pretty gentle with him, but no, it was pretty cute. So I think they're buddies already. Only had that little guy a week and a half, I guess. Feels like we've known each other forever. So no, it's good. Like, well, and we're definitely training him a little bit different. He is Velcro. He is attached to me, and everywhere I go, he's going. But definitely getting him to socialize a lot more. We've got a bunch of neighbor kids. There's like 10 of them on a daily basis out playing kickball or skating or whatever. And they saw that we had a puppy, and then he'll bark at him. I praise him for looking out and whatever, but then I make sure he greets them and they come pet him and whatever. But Zeus, I still, if they're coming, I got to put him in the house. You just never know what he's going to do. He'll wag his tail and sucker you in, and he can attest to this. Then he wags his tail, looks all cute and innocent until you reach down to pet him, and then he bites you. But so we're socializing the puppy a heck of a lot better than I did Zeus. just so I don't have to worry so much about it. Zeus is very protective and very loyal, but kind of created a monster with how I've taught him to be a little more aggressive. But there's no grizzly bear going to get me. So I trust Zeus. Anyway, that's about all I got for tonight. Life is good. Cabin's going well. I'm enjoying it. I'll be taking off. See what time I get up. If I get up before the alarm goes off, I'll just leave then. I'm gassed up, ready to go. Got all the stuff purchased today that I needed to get, and I'll get done here, go load up some stuff, and then I just got to load some. I've even been food prepping and stuff to go down there, and so that's been a bonus. But yeah, load up the coolers and jump in the truck and get the heck out of here. And yeah, depending on how things look, if it doesn't look like it got too wet, I'll hit both bears in the morning before I get to the cabin. I'd really like to get that done just so it's done. And I'm interested to see if we got any cool pictures. But then, yeah, get to the cabin, and I got a lot to do. And how far I can get by Sunday, or if I have to put the second coat of stain down Monday morning and then leave, I'll do that. But one way or the other, I'd rather get that done sooner than later so I can get the stairs installed. But one way or the other, the floor will be finished on the north side. And hell, that's half the battle downstairs. Start working. I might actually get a layout for the kitchen again. We've got it like 20 different times, but it always changes. Get a layout for that and start wrapping my head around that, and even start building some cabinets here and then take them down. But I got to make sure my measurements are good. Otherwise, I'll just build everything down there. But we'll see. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff to do on my list that's kind of important to get done this weekend without being derailed by having DAD or ODD or ADHD, whatever the hell it is that I've got. Get all that stuff done so that next week I can focus on some other stuff. So I'll share some pictures, and if I'm not too exhausted this time, I'd still like to do a live from down there and just kind of share what's going on. But I was too damn tired this last week. Those logs kicked my butt. But yeah, hope everybody has had a great week and has a great rest of the week and good weekend. And I will catch up with you soon. Thank you for tuning in and following my Wicked Wisdom Wednesday adventures. You never know where the path or topics are going to take us. Please like, share, follow, and subscribe. You can find me on social media at the links listed at the end of this video. You can also find me on Spotify and YouTube at Wicked Wisdom Wednesday. Join me Monday mornings for Coffee with the Kid, and randomly on weekends for Wicked Wisdom's Weekend Adventures. I do appreciate all your support. Thanks again, Jim.